We're about to start now. All right, Likutei, Halachos, Hilchos Ve'Halachos. So we say Haman was the epitome of gaiva, of pride, and he was born when a novel was misused by Shaul HaMelech, and Shaul HaMelech was soft when he should have been hard, and he was hard therefore when he should have been soft. He should have listened to Shmuel HaNavi, not listened to Doeg with his fancy political ideas. And
was he punished, Doeg?
Well, Doeg, yeah, from what I understand, Doeg was. I'm not exactly sure what his end was, but they say that Doeg was actually. He was ואיש שדואג נעצר לפני שאול is נעצר. So the Rabbeinu says that Mishon Atzirut is constipation, was plugged up.
So maybe his bowels just...
I don't know what was the end with Doeg. It's an interesting question though. But nevertheless, because the eights of Doeg was mimoisros, was from the excess. People ask me, why do I have crumbs in my beard? I said, because I got hungry along the way. You see the is. Yeah, all right. I think as if his jokes are like, all right.
There's tumbleweed going past.
Yes. So. And David HaMelech was the epitome of the proper balance. That's why he was Shemis HaMalchus. When he was learning Torah, he was soft as a worm. You know, the worm doesn't have any bone in its body. It's all soft matter. But when he used to go to war, he was as hard as wood. It was called Adinoha Atzani.
He was what the worm eats, right?
Well, I don't know, this is מתקשה כעץ, it's מועד קטן, היינו, אז זה קדושה או נובה. ועל כן נקרא פורים על שם הפור, that's why the Purim is called after the Pur שהוא הגוירל, that is the chance that was cast. ואיסה שפורים מבחינת יום כיפורים. The Purim is בבחינה of יום כיפורים. כי המן רוצה לפגול בהגוירל של יום כיפור. What Haman really wanted to affect and to damage, he wanted to damage the goyrel of Yom Kippurim. She'az nichnas Kohen Gadol when
the lottery.
Yes, the two goats, the two billy goats. One of them goes to Azazel, one of them is shechted and being thrown in, but which one? They're both, equal in size and equal in looks and equal in every aspect. And the Kohen Gadol stands on Yom Kippur, and there's a box with two pieces of wood. Two pieces of wood. One of them says Lashem, the other one says Lazazel. And
One more says. What's it?
On the chip itself.
Oh, I think you said right.
One it says Lashem, the other says Lazazel. And the Kohen Gadol takes the one which is Lashem and puts it on the one on his right, and the one when he just picks it out, whichever comes up, that's the one he puts the. I'm sorry, with his right hand he picks up, and then whichever. Let's see, if the first one that comes out, he puts his right, his left. I'm not exactly sure. We have to look at the Mishnah. But the main thing is that either one could go either Lashem or Lazazel. That is given by chance, and Amalek wanted to strike right there and there. כי רוצה לפגום בהגיור של יום הכיפור, שאז נכנס כהן גודל לפני ולפנים. The Kohen Gadol comes to the sanctum sanctum for the very inside. Shisham Ikar Abitul. The total beetle was there. And nobody was allowed to be in Oil Moed Bechlal when he went there. Why? Ki nichnas nekudas even ashtiyah. He went into the nekuda of the foundation stone of reality. Shu b'chinas sela yishkon v'isloinon. As he says, this is Shamur Chazan shezeh b'chinas anova. A total anova, as it says in this Torah, as the Apostle Kayan Sham. Aval HaKohen Gadol lo yachol lichnos l'sham. The Kohen Gadol couldn't have gone there. Ki al yedei hagorel shenosanu al shnei asirim. The only way you could go there, the Kohen Gadol could go there, is only with the girl that he put on the two girls. Girl had Lashem, one cast to Hashem, and one cast Lazazel. Ki b'yom HaKippurim, and the reason for it is as follows. Ki b'yom HaKippurim tzrichim tshuva. What you need to do in Yom Kippur, you need to do tshuva. So this is how you merit life, eternal life. Shem b'chinas hanova. That is the as we said many times before. And that is the thing that rectifies all the averes, because all the averes come from self-interest, which is derivative of gaiva. Sita de Moshe, that's the side of death. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu forgives a crime, l'she'eris. What is she'eris? Which means residue.
The ones who make themselves like nothing.
Yeah, so it says, "Lemishim asim atzmo kishirayim," those that made themselves like leftovers. That's why Kohen Gadol had to go dafka to the sanctum sanctum, the very inside. Shisham ikar abitl. That's the place, the main place of cell nullification.
The Kohen can't go to this place without this Gorel process.
Yeah, we'll probably get to why exactly that is. Okay. But when you actually want to acquire humbleness, you have to be very careful from posel de kanova, from fake anova. In other words, don't be lethargic and lazy and dispirited, unmotivated. What am I? I'm nothing. It's like, as the kedusha, you have to be bold. You have to have boldness. במקום שצריכים עזוז, דווקא in a place where you need boldness, where you need resoluteness. This is what you need to do. You see that Mordechai Tzaddik, the time was, it was the decree of the king that everybody bows to Haman, and Mordechai, lo yichra v'lo yishtachaveh. It didn't bow down, it didn't even nod, nothing. Instead, not only this, but he showed him his shoe. The biggest, I just found out a couple of years ago, like the biggest, I don't know if it's the biggest, but one of the biggest insults by Arabs and is to show them the bottom of your foot.
That's why somebody threw a shoe at Bush.
That's right. I mean, this meaning of throwing a shoe, the bottom of the shoe is like, I was sitting on a bus, and I was crossing my legs, and the bottom of the shoe was, pointing to the driver. The driver was an Arab, and he, don't ask, he went ballistic. I says, you want to tell me how to sit? Who the heck are you? And I realized, that this an incredible insult. One thing is that the Gemara says that Haman and Mordechai were in the desert, and they didn't have enough food. So Haman sold himself as a slave to Mordechai. So they wrote the star on the foot, on the bottom of the shoe of Mordechai. So not only he didn't bow down to him, he showed him the bottom of his foot. You're my slave.
When did this happen?
What?
When did he become a slave?
This is
before.
He was
Before.
When he was still a barber, no? Or whatever.
Yeah.
This is before he was somebody.
So not only didn't bow down to him, showed him the bottom of his shoe, which is right to your face, and says, "You're my slave." I don't know if that was if the shtar was written on that shoe or bechlal. It was
Just a reminder.
just a reminder. Yo, I know who you are. שיהיה לו עזוז לקדושה מקום שצריכים עזוז. You should have a boldness בקדושה in the place and fierceness, in the place where you need fierceness. אך יש בזה משקל גדול, but there is a tremendous amount of balance. It's a balancing act. It's a very, very delicate balancing act. כן, צריכים לספר הרבה להשם יזברך. You have to daven a lot לקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא ברחם וביראה אמס לאמיתו. That the Kadosh Baruch Hu with great rachmim will show you the emes la'amito, as the Torah says. וזה בחינס הגוירל שצריך להטיל על שני אסירי האיזים. This is the goyrel that they had to put on both goats, on both billy goats. על שני סירי איזים. סירי איזים זה שני מיני אזוס. as in Mishon az. So this is one azus and another azus. Azus the Kedusha, oila Hashem. The boldness shebekdusha, resoluteness and fear shebekdusha is the way to elevate the entire world to Hashem. Ve'az the sitra acha, but bold is sitra acha. You know what they call, that like the women when they're not sneers, when they tell each other, be daring, be daring. This az the sitra acha. Sitra acha shu b'chinas geus avodah zara, shesham kol avonos. The Ad Sitra Acha is the source of all the Averas, everything. You have to chase him away and throw him Lazozel. This is in one cast to, lottery to Azozel. There's no way that you can possibly.
Exactly the same, right? You're saying, right?
Yes. There's no way that you can possibly arrive at the proper nakuda of what is what and how to do it, like reflecting on it and saying, okay, that's a principle, I'll stick to the principle and I'll achieve it. There's no way to do it. It has to be to the point that is only from Hashem alone. You have to daven and ask Kadosh Baruch Hu to be zakil to the nth degree, no chochmes, to the nth degree. You are supporting my chance, my fate, my destiny. You are the one who props up my goyrel. Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to come to your aid. To aim in it, and the Nekudas Emes La'amito, as we said in the Torah. You have to beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to be zocher to true anova. זה שאמרו חז"ל, שני סירי יום הכיפורים שווים בכל מוסר. He says the two hairy goats of Yom Kippurim are of equal stature. אנו ששני מיני עזוס הנ"ל, these two kinds of boldness, שניהם נראים כשם בכל הבחינות, they do look equal in every aspect. אך זה לשם וזה לעזור. This one goes to Hashem, and this one goes to hell, literally.
To hell?
Yeah, to hell. Azazel, that's the
abyss.
That's the abyss. It's not so good.
He's going to hell?
What?
Yeah, they literally throw it down to Azazel, like the abyss.
They push him the mountain.
Right, he's not going to hell. He's not going to Gehenna.
No. But it means that it goes to the...
To like the Makamo Sitraka, right?
The whole country goes to hell. Like they said, the whole country. Yes, all right. Let's leave it at that. This goes, goes Lazozel. Kizeh kavanos ba'azosoy Lashem. The aim of this one, of the first one, B'kedusha, the aim of his boldness is Lashem. And this is exactly the opposite. וצריכים לבקש מהשם יזברך, הרבה מהשם יזברך, you have to ask Kadosh Baruch Hu a lot, שיזכן מכוון האמס בזה, that you're able to be mezakeh the emes in this thing. This is what they say. He says, why did the Kadosh Baruch Hu, you have Pinchas that killed Zimri and Cosby.
He davened right before, right? It's followed.
Yes, and Kodesh Baruch Hu gives him his bris shalom. What was his reward? He got shalom, right? It brisi shalom. He became a Kohen. But because it was brisi shalom, that's what you give to somebody, to a kanai. Kanai means shalom is like, it's a nova, it's okay, it's okay, shalom to this, shalom to that, compromise. He's exactly the opposite of the compromise. What is because the Indian is, I heard once, I don't know which Rosh Hashiva said that. The reason why I got shalom is because Pinchas was not a zealot by nature at all. There was no smidgen of zealousy, of extremism by Pinchas. By nature, he was a total ish shalom, was a man of peace, completely. The kinah that he was mekana, the jealousy that he was jealous for Hashem, was totally for Hashem. If it would have been anything that has to do with his own character, so there would have been in that ma'aseh that he did an aspect of self-gratification. Yes, you're doing it for Hashem, but you like it, don't you? I mean, you're beating the fans of the other club, but you like it, don't you?
How do things fit? When we talk like this, I'm not sure how I separate things that I've learned before. Let's say about Pinchas, like Midrashim talk about the neshamot of Nadav and Avihu flying around, and they went into his body. Well, their neshamot were zealots, right? They were. They went out and that's what they said it was a teshuvah, because that's what the first thing he did was ask Moshe, what's the halacha, right? What do we do? It was like teshuvah. How do I separate? Because you're saying that he didn't have that within him, but I'm thinking, well, there is a source that maybe says he did.
I don't know. When did the
shalom would be all three souls coming together.
But when did the neshamas come in? Before he did it or after he did it?
Yeah, before he did it.
Okay, I don't know. All I'm telling you a word from Rosh Hashiva that said it, so I don't know anything about this. Let's just Rosh Hashiva, I can reconcile with it. Leave me out of it.
Okay.
I'm just a bum sitting here, just reading this. I don't know. Anyhow, so you should be able to aim, your aim should be true. Only for Hashem, not for any kind of self-gratification. Because, you're a hothead and you just, like in any sports team, a defender, a big, bruising, brutal defender, if it's on the other team, he's a criminal. If it's on your team, he's a hero. He's a bulwark against. It all depends whose team he's on. So if it's your character to be bold and this, and you're doing to because that's your nature. Ad kadei kach. Listen to this. David HaMelech, that was zeicher to the balance b'shleimus, could not build the Beis HaMikdash. Ki damim rabim shafachta, for you have spilled many blood. That means there was dinim that he wasn't mamtik. Why wasn't he mamtik the dinim? You have to say that he wasn't mamtik the dinim because it was his nature. He was an admoini. So when he acted, forcefully, he acted according to nature. In other words, it was not all bechira 100%. So enachinami, he was out balance, he was 100%. But to build Beis HaMikdash, where there's the nekuda is in total nullification, only Shlomo HaMelech Kadush b'chinas shalom. That the boldness and the peace was. That's why you see that the orders that David HaMelech gave Shlomo HaMelech what to do afterwards. Kill this one, do this, do that. This one you should kill outright. This one you should find an excuse to kill him, and in other words, he had to deal with, with gvura, had to deal with boldness, but everything al pi chochma. It was his father had to tell him to do that. It wasn't the derech of Shlomo HaMelech. Shlomo HaMelech was the perfect balance, melech shel shalom shaloi. צריכים לבקש הרבה מהשם יזבח, וזה מבחינת גוירו שהוא מס השם לבד. This is the casting of the lots that is from Hashem alone. ובזה יבוא אהרון אל הקודש, and בזויס יבוא אל הקודש, with this goyrel, this divine contemplation and balance of a novel mitis and true boldness. With this Aaron can come to the Kodesh. Then he can come to the very, very inside. This is where the real bittul is, the total bittul is. Why? Because he acquired a nova perfectly, which is the essence of life. He was saved from acting with false modesty by the girl. Hamani Machshimoy was a big mechashev. He is the essence of pride. He wanted to damage that particular girl. That's the reason why he cast lots.
What would he achieve by damaging the girl?
Breaking the Anova Shleimus. The Shleimus Anova. Damage the Shleimus Anova. Because there's a cloud that whenever Sitra Acha touches the Kedusha, it creates contamination. When cruel people affect mercy, they contaminate mercy.
So what's the source of a nova? Like that or something, or is there something else?
The Gorim, they met Hashem levad. Only Hashem can give it a true. So he wanted the girl itself. In other words, that's why you have to understand that that's everything that Haman did. All the actions of Haman were to try to contaminate that you call the Yom HaShmini, the 8th day, which is the Bina. You have the 7 days is the 7 Sheva Yemei Binyan. This is the 7 days of the construction of the world. Every week has 7 days. The Yom HaShmini, the Bechina of 8th day, is supernatural. You know, we have Hanukkah coming up. There's the famous kasha of the B'si Yosef. You know, why do we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days? Everybody knows that there was enough oil for 1 day. So the miracle was 7 days. It wasn't 8 days. So why do we celebrate Hanukkah 8 days and not 7 days? Yes, the kasha of the B'si Yosef. There are literally hundreds of answers to this kasha.
I think it's the most answered kasha.
Yes, literally hundreds. So Ibn Nosson also gives an answer to this. Ibn Nosson says that in Yom HaShmini is the Bina. This is the supernatural. The 7 is the Teva, is the nature. The source of the nace was on the first day, when you couldn't see any miracle at all. In other words, the oil itself was miraculous. That's why it lasted for all the 8 days. And it says that in effect, all the days that came afterwards were really the gilui of the miracle, but not the miracle itself. The miracle itself occurred on the first day that you couldn't even see a miracle at all, because the level of the bina, of the comprehension, which is the moichin, there's no gilui at all. Gilui is only comes from in the 7 days. Beyond time, you don't see anything at all. So that's why, actually the miracle was 8 days. But he says, we have two shitas. We have B'Sham and B'Silal. B'Sham I said that Poiches Vailech, and B'Silal says Ma'alim B'Kodesh. B'Sham says you light 8 days in the first day, 7 the second day, 6 in the third day, and so forth and so on. And B'Silal says no, you go Ma'alim B'Kodesh. You go first 1 in the first day, 2 in the second day, 3 v'chol v'chol. Now we have a klal b'yadeinu as alocha keB'Silal, but le'osid lavoy in the future alocha keB'Shamai. So what's going on here? It says, why is le'osid lavoy? B'Shamai is a pimidis adin. B'Silal is that Hashem saw that the world cannot exist al pimidis adin alone, and He put midas chesed, mixed with the din. What happens is, B'Shamai say that where the truth is. That the truth is what? The main miracle, when did it happen? On the first day, when you couldn't see anything. So how many candles do you have to light? 8 candles. Okay, the second day is only a revelation of the miracle. So you're 7.
I don't understand what Noson's saying. I don't understand what you said. How? It still lasted for 7 days. The miracle was on the first day. It doesn't make sense.
Because you celebrate. It doesn't matter. You celebrate the miracle. The miracle itself lasted for 8 days. The revelation of the miracle was 7 days.
Correct. Right.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So the second day is 7. Is the third day, because that's the emes la'amito of oilem ha'emes, of a true world.
When he wants to take Bina, he wants to take over the realm of
Wait, don't run, wait. How do you say patience in Spanish? Paciencia.
It sounds much better.
Yeah, doesn't it? Paciencia. So, and B'Silal said, you're right, but in this world, the way we're doing it, we go according to our work in this world is to elevate ourselves. So what we do is you celebrate that which you see, and you build yourself a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Malim b'kodesh. So enochinami, the first day is the Ikar miracle, but you don't see it. So you only go with 1 candle. Secondly, there's more revelation of a miracle. You light 2. The third day is even greater revelation. Wow, we're lesson for 3 days. You light 3 of them. The fourth day, wow, 4 candles. So in other words, B'Silal says we celebrate that which we can see, our awareness. Al-PM is exactly the opposite. The miracle can be said, but that's olam ha'emes. That's l'osid lovi. That's in the future. That is not now. Okay. The same thing occurs in this Indian of where Esther stood outside the chamber of Achashverosh, and she says, "Vatilbash Esther Malchus," and Esther donned Malchus. The Gemara says, "Melamed shenislav shebaruach hakodesh," that she has cloaked herself. She donned Ruach HaKodesh. Now, the Indian of donning Ruach HaKodesh, we find the same thing in Pashas Bereshis, in Pashas Noach, when we said that Avram Avinu married, he married Sarai, but her name was Yiska, right? When we said that the daughter of Terach, whatever it is, Yiska. Yisko, Rashi says, why Yisko? Shesacha beruach hakodesh, that she anoints herself with ruach hakodesh. So Sacha Yisko is also shown Sukkah. Sukkah is the meaning of ruach hakodesh. The Anonim.
So 127 years, 127 countries.
So the whole Indian is so you can see that what Esther did was in a sense dawn on herself the bechina of Sukkah. The question is, wait, what does Sukkah have to do with Purim? Where do you go? Well, the side of this is that the Torah that we have today stems from the 49th gate of Bina. The 50th gate of Bina was revealed to Moshe Rabbeinu, but it was taken away. All the Torah that we have today that Moshe Rabbeinu gave is from 49 gates of Bina. Shara Chamishim was Kadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim before we went to Shara Chamishim Shebetuma. Because if we would have gone there, that's it. It's, finita la comedia. There's the whole thing. So he took us out in the 49, so we made a Torah that was given, was the 49 gates of Bina. The 50th gate is Lemaisa, a totality, which represents, something will come to Osid Lavoy, the bitul of choice. The very same way, had they gone into the 50th gate of Tumah, they would have lost their choice and would never come out of Mitzrayim. The same way, the revelation of the 50th gate B'Kedusha, officially with the Torah, would have meant the bitul of Bechira. And they were yay close because death was already gone. Death was already out of the cheshbon. It was out of the picture. It only came back because of the Chet HaEgel. Now, what happened was, so what is missing from the Torah's Moshe? What is the 50th gate? The thing that is missing in Kiviyachal and from the 50th gate is that what is the mitzvah of Sukkah? What is it different than any other mitzvah in the Torah? Mitzvah of Sukkah is what?
Inside.
Exactly right. When you go into the Sukkah, you go into the Sukkah with your coats, with your boots, with everything else. You're totally inside the mitzvah. You are like an embryo in the womb of the mitzvah.
The mikveh is the same.
They say that, but you're not going with your shoes. You're not going with your clothes. Not with the levushim. You're not going into. The levushim. This is you have to be clay base. So you have to bring your kelim, your clothes, your
Sleep,
your
you do everything.
everything. That you're bringing all the garments, all the chitzonius. You bring to the sukkah. It does not exist in any other mitzvah. What happens is that now you could say Shabbos, but Shabbos is
no. I was going to say going to the temple.
What?
The time of the temple, go to the temple.
Taka, you're not supposed to go to the temple with nalaim, with shoes. No. The thing is that the mitzvah of sukkah is that's it. All of you with everything that you own, boom, into the sukkah. But what happens if your head is in the Chelsea Tottenham football match while you're in the sukkah?
You're still fulfilling the mitzvah, no?
The body's in the sukkah, but the head is not. What happens if the head is even worse than that? It's not in a football match, but
Other things.
in places where it really shouldn't be. So we have a cloud. We have a cloud in Shmuel, Sefer Shmuel. We said that the story. The Shmuel comes, and he's given over to Eli Cohen. He's in the Mishkan. He sleeps there. Hashem is calling him. He comes. He runs to Eli. Says, "You called me." And he says, "No, I didn't call you." And he comes back. He called me. Eli Cohen says, "He understood. Hashem is calling him." So there's this very peculiar pasuk. Okay, it says, "Shmuel shecha beichal Hashem." Shmuel is lying down beichal Hashem. Ashasham Aron Elokim. That there is the ark of Hashem. Veidaber, and then Hashem is calling him. So Rashi says on the spot, it says Shmuel Shaychev. Where is he lying? Bazor Salavim. And where Aron Elokim is Kodesh HaKodeshim, Shmuel cannot sleep there. The Kohen Gadol once a year goes there. So Shmuel Shoichev Be'echal Hashem Shasham Aron Elokim. So Rashi says, it actually means two psukim. The pshat is that Shmuel Shoichev Azoras Levim. Be'echal Hashem Shasham Aron Elokim. This is from where Hashem is calling him. So the pshat is avade, like Rashi says, but that's not what the pasuk says. The pasuk says, "Shmuel shoichev be'echal Hashem Hashem Aron Hashem Elokim." You cannot just dismiss it. And I can do something that pshuto. So Rabbi Yaakov Shechta, I heard him when he said it. He says, "Shmuel shoichev, where is he lying? Azoras Elavim." But where is his mind? Where is his thought? Be'echal Hashem Hashem Aron Elokim. So the cause of the psukim, say on him as if he is sleeping in Echad Hashem. Because where your thought is, this is where you are. This is where your essence is. So in essence, you can be in the sukkah and not be there at all. Right? Because your machshava can be somewhere else. So you see that the spitz, the very tip of the mitzvah is Olam HaMachshava. That's the bina. This is missing from the Torah. Because there can't be that you're doing a mitzvah, but you are not there. This is the essence of Kippurim. Kippurim is Ke-Purim, it's like Purim. Because Haman went and he brought Etz Gavah 50 Omer. He brought a gallows that the height was 50 cubits. Keneged Shara 50. That thing which Haman brought down, the gauntlet that that he threw, was you want to fight it out in 49 gates? I'm not interested. I'm going for the jugular. I'm going, for the jackpot. Shara Chamishim. Let's kill you once and for all. Let's really fix you up. So he built Etz Gavah 50 Omer. He was going to bring to Am Yisrael from the level which is beyond nature. This is the olam of beyond nature. Mishara Chamishim. That's why they said that the Gzer was such that none of the Avos and even Moshe Rabbeinu could not ameliorate. They could not sweeten it. They could not undo it. It was the euphemism was used is it was sealed with choitam shel tit of mud, of clay. Why? Because that choitam of tit was done from Shara Chamishim. All the koyach that was done from before, all the Torah of all the others and everything else was from 49 gates. It could not break it. So they said that Mordechai had to pull temporarily, he'd bring off the bench, he had to bring from the reserves from the Torah of Mashiach. From Shara Chamishim, you can only fight fire with fire. So you're Shara Chamishim. So if Purim is Me'ala Moke Me'ala Zman. This is you got from Shara Chamishim. So Mimela, what he has affected, he affected the Tikkun temporarily, and you can see why in a minute, why it's temporarily, it's not something sustainable in this world yet. The Tikkun of Shara Chamishim. That's why, first of all, the mitzvah of Purim doesn't have time. It can be Yud Aleph, Yud Beis, Yud Gimel, Yud Daled, there's Vav. There's so many different times, that it can happen. There's no one single day because Purim is Me'al Hazman. It all depends. If you're from here, then you're this day, you're this day. And what happens is that what happens if you're in a day there's a suffix, if it's Yud Daled, it's Vav. So it's if you're a single person and you already heard it in Yud Daled. So what happens in Tisvav? So are you potter? You're not potter. So if you heard about it, it's Daf Yomi was 2 days ago. So you're potter, you're not potter. Well, it depends. If you are a single person, then you're potter. You don't have to hear it again. But if you're a whole town, you have to read it again because there's no time. It's totally, it changes according to the time and place. Not only this, the mitzvah of Purim is what? Levesume ad lo yoda. Purim is the only mitzvah you cannot keep your thought out of the mitzvah because you drink out the lo yoda. The mitzvah itself that you're putting into mind, you drink until your mind is gone. There's no way that your mind is outside the mitzvah. You drink out the lo yoda. The mitzvah is to put your mind in the mitzvah. You can't go out of the mitzvah, you're drunk.
Even if it's temporarily, but you have to do it.
That's why it's temporary, because there's no kiyum to Avalon without the das. But this is when you take the das itself and you bring it up to the bina.
So basically, you have to get trashed.
Yes. Rabbeinu was makpid, this is a kepshutei. Unless, of course, it's a life danger, then it's something else.
Not like pub trash, but Kedusha
yes,
trash.
yes.
Not like Kedusha trash.
Trashed. Unchachmes. The Breslovers all over, you can see the Alta Breslovers on Shalashudas, you see them drink wine. They drink wine. There's a teaspoon of wine with 3-4 people. They drink wine. They were very, very careful. Rebbe was makpid on it. Nosson was makpid not to drink, not to get drunk. Except Purim. Reb Shmuel Shapira used to say that the mitzvah of Purim is to get drunk until you are green, lying under the table. This is why? Because the Gzera was to kill them. And corpses are lying on the floor green-faced. That's why the mitzvah is to drink until you're green-faced lying under the table. It's like, totally. Mea Shearim was the funniest place. In the Shul in Mea Shearim on Purim, with Rabbi Yitzchak, and it was the funniest place on earth. Rabbi Yitzchak was standing there with wine, and anybody would come in. The rest of us, you talk about these people that when they saw a spoonful of wine would freak out, drinking goblets of goblets. No, it's just goblets of they were like the funniest scene in the world. Well, that didn't smell too good, but the mitzvah is you take the das itself and you bring it to the bina, to Shara Chamishim. And this is why Esther Dilbash Malchus, she wore the Shara Chamishim. Shara Chamishim.
Right, and that's why she's Esther. It's hidden.
So, yes. So Mimela, now you understand the whole thing was what the oilam of Bina is the oilam Agoiro. This is the oilam of the Bina has, this is the dinim, they come from the Bina. This is the source where you can't see it. This is the oilam. That's why Haman wanted to blemish the Goiro, which is in of Kippurim.
Did he knew this?
Yes.
He was
a wizard. He knew. You think Voldemort was you know who?
I think they said something about like he made like one of the Paro's big guys look like a kindergarten.
Yeah, I know. Haman was a machshimo. He knew. Haman machshimo shebchinas geus, that is the essence of pride. Girl. He wanted to blemish Dafka the girl, which is bchinas Shara Chamishim. He put Pur. That is the goyrel. That is the lot that he cast. Al Shem Zenika Purim Al Shem Apur. That's why Purim is called Dafka Al Shem Apur, because that particular level which is beyond nature. Ki zachu leachnia v'leapil es Haman, to break him down. V'lamshich kedusha Yom Kippur kedusha goyrel the kedusha. This is how you actually acquire true anova. That's why you have to fast in Yom Kippur. You have to fast in Yom Kippur in order to trot down and break down the false pride the pride that comes from the excess of food. נחמד שביום הכיפורים צריכים לכפר כל העוונות, since in Yom Kippur you have to atone for all the averos that comes from there, כי כולם נמשכים לחטא אדם הראשון, and they are all coming from the chet or the sin of Adam Rishon, שהפגם שלו די אכילו. This is how the blemish actually came about, the defect came about, the damage came about from the eating, שאוכל מעץ הדס, that he ate from עץ הדס, על כן צריכים נסענוס ביום כיפורים. This is the מידה כנגד מידה, yes, מידה כנגד מידה, he's laughing. נסענוס ביום כיפורים. Yeah.
You know,
I told it to some other people.
You know,
They didn't think it was funny.
You know, there was a fight outside the mikveh the other day.
Stop. That's the one.
Not on camera.
L'saken not to be misaken in this particular midah. Liskos etachlis ha'anova va'bitul, to be zocher to the essence of the anova and bitul at the kohen gadol, through the kohen gadol shnichnas lifnei lifnim v'nikudos even hashtio. Up here, please press the button.